G'day, mate. Welcome back to episode 18½. It's another weekly recap episode. We're on our third week of the Rocket Rush. And first off, if you're watching a recap episode because you missed prior episodes during the week, I'm disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed. Obviously, because I've been trying to keep the episode length down, even though there have been a couple that have been a little bit long. And yeah, we're still in the early stages. So like, you should be waiting for the next episode, begging for the next episode. But yeah, you know, I understand life comes up and occasionally you miss an episode. So the recap episodes are here for exactly that reason. Now, couple of things. What's happened so far this week? Let's start with running around the base. Okay, so we obviously, well, first off, I got Power Armor Mark II, and I got lots of legs, so now we can actually get around in a hurry. We got concrete up and running, a lot of concrete, because it's one of the things I really liked about the Bite of Hell base. Having concrete everywhere, just speeding up the walking speed was wonderful. On top of that, we had oil problems. Be more exact, we had petroleum problems. So that was rectified with a whole bunch of modules and a whole bunch of beacons and sorry about that, some extra actual refineries dumped on the end. I think the build stopped about here and it got extended all the way down, purely because we couldn't refine fast enough. So between the modules getting extra productivity out of the machine, so we're actually getting 12% bonus chemicals, liquids out of the machine, plus it's actually got a crafting speed of 1.35, so they run a little bit faster as well. That's fixed our petroleum problem. Onto our petroleum problem, we then had a heavy oil cracking problem, which was again fixed with modules and beacons, and that led to a light oil cracking problem, which was fixed with bigger build with modules and beacons. So that was one of the very first things that happened this week. On top of that, with our newfound concrete, I concreted all the ore patches, just so we could get around a little bit faster, and so our mining dudes can get around a little bit faster. On top of that, we found out that we can now actually put 144 mining dudes. 20. No, 144 is still the maximum count, so we can put a little bit more mining dudes in all of these guys to keep them up and running. We also had a bit of a power issue, as in, well, there wasn't enough of it. Nearly enough of it. After adding modules and beacons, we had a severe power problem. So we added 2 more full sets of steam engines, plus we added 2 more full sets over here as well, plus we added, well, we went and this guy was running pretty flat out, this guy was running pretty flat out, so we went and tapped all of these ones. And I learnt from my previous series about definitely protecting your power plant. So we have a whole row of lasers here and here and here, and not many up this side, and down, and some down here. We're just waiting for the robots to come put them down. So we did also tap this coal patch, and we've started running that into 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 more sets of power. Yeah, our power sort of exploded, both in usage and production. We're up to 1.1k total steam engines. So yeah, a little bit of power was made. Okay, other things that got upgraded as we work our way down the bus. We built out more of the bus, obviously, starting with dumping some module production on the end of the bus, making productivity modules, speed modules. As you see, we're doing about 4 per minute, which is not a great number, but it's an okay number, so I'm going to take it. And this is basically burning up any excess materials we get. So if we got any excess blue circuits or red circuits or green circuits, anything, they all end up going into module production. Basically, I want lots of modules. That can go as well. We also rearranged the bus a little bit. I put stone on its own dedicated belt, brick on its own dedicated belt. I moved sulfur down and underneath, because it only goes to one spot, and I just got it out of the way. It has given me a free belt up here, which will probably end up being steel sometime in the future. We also upgraded gear production. We added modules. Why are you missing modules? Bad machine. We also upgraded our module production. We haven't used speed beacons here at all. We're just running on pure productivity, but the belt's full, so we're pretty happy with it. We're also running our green circuits got upgraded to a tier 1 module build, and then have been further upgraded to a tier 3 module beacon build. On top of that, I have this lovely upgrade planner, which we can swipe over things, and we can just drag over and upgrade things with more modules as they become available. Research, which is right here. Same story. It was full of module 1s just so we could squeeze a little bit more research out of things. That was upgraded to... Go away. That can go away as well. That was upgraded to module 3s, just because module 3s squeeze that much more research out of every single pack, which I then wrapped in speed beacons to make sure it ran at full speed. I don't mind that there's a fair bit of overproduction, that's perfectly fine. Research-wise, that's the other thing that's sort of not really holding us back, but it's what's going to keep us in this series for one more week. So we're going to have one more week of Rocket Rush, purely because I want to finish off all the vanilla research. So that is technically follow a robot count, although we're probably not going to do that one. It is 2 levels of physical projectile damage, 2 levels of shooting speed, 5 levels of braking force, combat robotics 3, refined flammables 3 levels of that, uranium ammo, nukes of course, 1 mining drone productivity, speed, 1 mining drone productivity, 1 normal mining productivity, and then I think we're on to either modified mod research or infinite research. So there's a couple more texts to get through. Basically, I'm just ticking them off sort of one at a time, just getting them finished up. There is in the tech tree like atomic bombs, 5,000 packs. Uranium ammo is 1,000 packs. So there is some really expensive things to get through still. So it's going to take a little while, but you know, we should be okay. Actually, let's take that off and put that one on instead. So yeah, there is a certain amount of research we still have to get through, and the idea is just to try and get through it as fast as possible. I want that, and we're just going to speed you up slightly, and we are under attack. Really? So that was one of the other things that happened this week. Finally, the biters showed up. They've been fairly annoying. More annoying in the fact that I didn't actually have, well, anything at the start of the week. I didn't have... Well, you stack in hundreds. That's probably enough. I didn't have... Hell, I didn't even have lasers when we had to go deal with biters. So, let's just... Okay, I know I'm standing in acid. I don't really care too much. So, we went out and we tapped this uranium mine because we needed uranium, obviously, because just how the sheer amount of power we're going through, it was definitely time to get uranium hooked up, which led to over this side of the base, where obviously we drop off acid. We could probably do with one of those there. Led to us starting to process uranium with our very, very, very first train, which led us to having our very, very first biter attack. Our first biter attack was a spawner. Oh, well. Then we've got this spawner that keeps coming and attacking us, which is a little bit annoying. You're going to die. Yeah, you're going to die. Okay. We had our very first spawner over here, and I think I killed the first 7, 8, 10 biters, purely with a pickaxe. I did have an SMG, but I intentionally took it off to go talk to the biters, El Mano, because I could, yes. Okay, I want to upgrade both those. So yeah, that led to us getting uranium up and processing. We have got a whole pile of dirty rocks, the dull rocks, and just enough shiny rocks that we actually have our first and our second Covrex process now running. This is a belt build that I've used, well, often. Actually, come on, process. And you should have had a spare. You took 2 spares. 37, almost. So yeah, this is a build I've used many times before. It's completely belt fed, and the idea is the excess from this machine will fire up this machine, will fire up this machine, will fire up this machine, so on and so forth. The only catch with it is it's designed, it's a design feature, design flaw, however you want to look at it, where this machine actually wants to have 80 in this slot. So if you let it manually fire up, it takes a long time to get up and running. If you just wait till there's 40 in there and then steal them out and turn on the next one, it fires up really fast. But yeah, we have a Covarex process set up. Main reason that is we're going to go for nuclear power very next episode. Very next episode, definitely. With our Covarex process, we're also going to pave all of that. Thank you, bots. With our Covarex process, we're also going to be probably building our nuclear plants down here. Purely because I know they're going to need a lot of room. Also, it means I'm going to turn this area into Fort Knox, because again, I learnt my lesson from last series. It's going to be surrounded with lots and lots of lasers and all that sort of stuff. What else happened this week? We're using modules in green circuit production. Oh, green circuit production went from originally, a long time ago, in a base far away. Well, an episode far away. Yes, we had 4 yellow belts worth of green circuits, which were then upgraded to 4 red belts of not full red belts, but like a good amount of red belts, which then led to the build being extended, which has happened a couple of times now, which is now led again to we now have 3 blue belts worth of production out, because as I said, we've been using modules over and over just to sort of upgrade things to go a little bit faster. So yeah, there's been module use in green circuits, there's been module use in science, really just the module ones. We're not doing anything special when it comes to science just yet. There's also been a lot of module use in red circuits, which I'll get to in just a second, because chemical science is being slow, so we're just going to throw speed beacons at the problem and hope that it goes away. Like I said, I want to have all the research finished. So, red circuits also got a production module treatment. It's running a little bit faster. Basically, we're using less green circuits and less plastic to produce the same amount, if not more, red circuits. In fact, the build now supports 27.5 and 27.5. So I could probably extend it by at least 1, if not 2 whole builds. Yeah, at least 1, if not 2 whole builds. Well, I could definitely do 1, and these have only got 3 modules in them, so if I put 4 modules in them, I could probably extend it a whole lot further. So, yeah, red circuits have been upgraded to use modules just so we can use less green circuits to make more red circuits at the cost of a lot more of assemblers and a whole lot more power. Same with blue circuits all the way over here. These guys have already had maximum module treatment on a level 3 assembler, so they're now using per minute. Can I? Not really. We're now using significantly... Well, the crafting speeds are unchanged because of the speed beacons. So, if we look at... Well, mostly unchanged. If we look at these guys, they're running at 1.25. A generic one runs at 1.25. But we're producing 40% extra... 40% extra green blue circuits out. Which means we're using a whole lot less... green circuits going in for the same amount of production out, basically. But in saying that, this is already upgraded, as you can see, to a couple of blue belts. So we're actually using blue belts worth of green circuits in, which has just demolished what we had in the way of green circuits down the bus. And basically, we're in a situation where we're definitely short of every single green circuit under the sun. And probably, not confirmed, probably in the next week, we might look at actually expanding out our expanding out our green circuit, expanding our current green circuit build, and then possibly starting to do things offsite. In saying that, I do have a very large iron and copper patch right here where we could set up more smelters and start really pumping out a whole bunch more green circuits without touching our existing resources, because that's something I do want to make sure that when we start... Well, we've also got this copper patch here. So we've got lots of options to cover in the future. We definitely have one more week of normal research to be done. This is why this series is going to continue for at least one more week on this map. Then we're going to go over to the... You guys have had lots of good suggestions, and I haven't decided on one yet. So keep the suggestions coming, but... We're going to move to, at the end of next week, we're going to move into the Subscriber Special Series. The Subscriber Special Series, like I said, it's to celebrate you guys. The fact that so many of you, I'm really been amazed at the channel growth over the last, 3 weeks since this series started. The amount of new people have swung by, said hello, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of you. The amount of people have been watching for a long time and are still popping up in the comments and saying, yep, still here, still subscribed, still loving the videos. I appreciate you guys as well. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been awesome for a very long time. The amount of people that have been watching forever and have never actually clicked the subscribe button, because I don't remind you often enough. Consider this one of those reminders that if you haven't clicked the subscribe button, you're 16 minutes in a recap episode that you probably didn't need to watch. You should probably just scroll down a little bit and click the subscribe button. At least then, I know you're here. You know you're here. Hopefully, you're going to get the notifications when the next episode comes out. At the same time, and this is probably the most important part, when the Subscriber Special Series starts, you guys are going to be on it. Displayed, shown off. I don't know. I'm looking for the correct adjective, and I can't find it right at the moment. But you guys are definitely going to be shown off in the new series, which is all going to be about you guys, and was originally going to be 5,000 of you, which is turned into 5,500 of you, and is still continuing to grow at an exponential rate. It might be a series that never gets to end because I never get to the end of the list, but we will see. Speaking of lists, there is one thing I do need to tell people. I've the first 5,000 names I have grabbed in many different fashions. I've already said this before, I had to use YouTube's API, which is thoroughly broken, to grab the 1,000 subscribers. Then I had to go through my emails, because every single time you guys click subscribe, I actually get an email. So I had to scrub through 3 years worth of emails to get the rest of the names that I possibly could. And then new names are coming in all the time. So I do need to say one thing, because YouTube is constantly updating things and all this sort of stuff. But if you go to YouTube and you go to settings, you're going to come to account settings, which is fine. If you go to privacy, this is the important one, and you have this turned on, I don't get to see whether you're subscribed to my channel. So I noticed this recently with one of the many updates YouTube has done, but I have people in the comments saying, I am subscribed, and normally I get a little marker next to their name if they're a public subscriber to my channel. But a lot of you guys actually have this setting turned on, which means I don't get that little notification. On top of that, I can't get your name. So that's something to keep in mind. If you want your name in the next series, you're going to have to turn that off so I can actually gather your name. So I'm expecting my emails to probably blow up in the next 24 hours with a whole bunch of people turning that setting off, and then I'm probably going to get an email saying, hey, blah blah has subscribed, even if you've been subscribed for 2 years. I don't honestly know how that's going to work, because YouTube has been tweaking their back end, what I can see, subscriber list for a couple of months now. I actually know I'm going to lose access in a week or less to the way I gathered the last set of subscriber names and details and all that sort of stuff. And then they've implemented a new system which may or may not work. It's only been out for a couple of days. Who knows? We will see. Anyway, so yeah, that's very important. If you want to be featured and shown, you need to definitely I closed the tab entirely. Oh, Chidi, you're in. If you want to be featured, you want to have your name shown, turn that off. If you don't want to do that for whatever reason, you don't want your public name or your public YouTube name featured in the video, I also want to thank every single supporter of the channel. So those, and that's another thing, I need to especially thank the new Patreons that have come on recently. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It means the world to me. You guys are the ones that actually not so much keep the lights on, because that's not what the money's used for. The money is used for maintaining and upgrading the channel. So copy that to there, upgrade that, because that's going to slow down the whole belt. And you know what? We might as well do that one as well. You guys are the ones that upgrade the channel. So you guys are the one that like have in the last 12 months like got me cloud backup software. So now every single video is on the cloud. In saying that, the cloud is 1.7 terabytes behind in uploading, even though it's uploading 24/7. Yeah, I generate material faster than my upload speed can generally keep up with half the time, it seems. We're gonna have to upgrade that belt whilst we stand here. Or are we? No, I can see gaps already, so we should be okay. So yeah, you guys mean the world to me. You guys support the channel in ways you don't even imagine. You know, PC upgrades, cloud upgrades. Yeah, just the amazing amount of support you guys give, either through Patreon, or I've also had a large influx recently of Twitch Prime subscribers. So they are people that 9 times out of 10 have Amazon Prime, and then they've linked their Amazon Prime account to their Twitch account, which I should have a demonstration on screen, and I don't, because I think it shows all my personal details. And if not, there'll always be one, like when the new series starts, I'll do a video then, or I'll include in the video then. But yeah, those that have linked their Amazon account to their Twitch account, which is pretty silly because Amazon owns Twitch, so you're not really linking anything. They already have all your data. Anyway, those that have linked their Amazon account to their Twitch account, every single month, Amazon gives you a free Twitch Prime subscription. So that is of the $10 you pay to Amazon per month for free, you know, unlimited shipping and all the other Prime benefits. If you go over to Twitch and you link your 2 accounts, you can then subscribe to your favorite content creator. And of the $10 a month that you give to Amazon, you can then give $5 to your favorite creator, which means you're paying Amazon less money, which I'm pretty sure everybody's happy about. It really is a win-win-win scenario. But yeah, so there's that there as well. I need to thank all the new, or all the recent Twitch Prime subscribers that have come along and said hello to the channel and are supporting the channel as well. You guys are also 100% awesome people. So the Patreons and the Twitch Prime, and technically the YouTube members as well, not that I currently have any YouTube members, but if you want an alternative, you don't want to, you know, have Twitch Prime or Patreon or whatever, you can just on the main, like, my channel page, go to the memberships tab, join via that, and then help the channel out directly by becoming a YouTube member, which is like a premium special YouTube person. Yeah, it gives you a lot of perks and benefits, most of which I haven't set up through YouTube directly because I've set them up through my Discord, which is what I'm trying to get to. So, those that are Patreon members, those that are Twitch Prime or Twitch subscribers, be it Prime or paid for, or YouTube members, you might have noticed recently in the last week or so of videos, you might have noticed that videos that have just come out, people have beaten you to the comments like 3 days ago, 2 days ago. Yeah, they're all the lucky supporters of the channel that are getting preview access to all the videos. They're also my quality control team, so there's been less mistakes, hopefully, because they're catching any mistakes that are slipping through my very, very large hands occasionally. So yeah, they're getting preview access through Discord. So if you take any one of those supporting methods, link them with your Discord account, you can then jump on our Discord, jump into the private channels, into the supporters lounge where we have the really comfy chairs, chat with me live and along with the other supporters, and at the same time get early access to this video along with all the others for the series. Also means that you're going to start watching the subscriber special series before it shows up on YouTube. Like, you know, there there are some decent perks. Anyway, with that said, this episode is definitely done. We're flying through research. We have some research to go. We have one more week of this series, roughly. I can already see that that needs more upgrades. And we're definitely at the point of that belt there needs to go to blue belt as well. Yay. More blue belt. Poor robots. Anyway, with that said, I'm out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Alright, bye.